the biggest thing is, just the excitement. It's been a long time with us flipping from recruiting in the fall to now playing in the spring. It's just been really, really different for us. The biggest thing I would say is just, the excitement of being able to put pads on, be out there, and, have a little fun with them. We haven't had a chance to be with them that much. And, I think the very first day they put the uppers on, we knew it was football. We were playing football again. Yeah. And it's been fun. It's taken us a while to I think, get them physically ready because they didn't get to bang in the fall. Obviously here in the spring, I think the biggest challenge is our guys just staying healthy. We're a little thinner because, our roster is down a little bit, but everybody's roster in the OAC is down. I've talked to some of my buddies. Some guys have opted out, of other schools, and I think everybody's pretty much in the same situation. It's just you got to stay healthy and hope you don't get hit with COVID. Knock on wood, we've been pretty lucky. We did have one this 2 weeks ago, which knocked some of our guys out. So, every week we get tested on Tuesday, and I think the biggest challenge is by Wednesday night I'm holding my breath that I'm not getting a call on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. like we did before. It's going to be really, really different. We're going to play 2 games and get a bye, and then play 2 games and then flip a coin of who we're playing. I think it was a good remedy of what we were trying to do. I don't think there's any way we could have played 10 games and then have your kids ready to go in August again. I think, because it takes months and months to get them back. So, with our division, you've got, Heidelberg and Ohio Northern that have typically been up there and high, and Wilmington's getting better, and Cap's got a new coach. So when we select number 5, that's a coach's vote of who we think most embodies, what an Otterbein football player should be. And JT has been here with us for 4 years. He's an all-conference guy, very dependable. We look at that, no excuses, shows up to everything. He's a quiet leader. He's not a rah-rah guy at all. So, but, JT has done everything we've asked for him of 4 years. And, we thought this year that he would be an outstanding person, to get that, wear number 5, which is a very, the highest privilege you can have here. We'll end up with somebody. I think so. We'll name a starter. I think you need to do that. And like I said, once everybody's back and healthy, hopefully, and everybody's practicing, we can see that, and who it's going to be and things like that. So, yeah, I don't like, rotating. A quarterback has got to get in the flow and know if he's the guy or not. If you ever leave a doubt in a quarterback's mind, to me, they don't play as well because they're doubting themselves. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do this perfect, or I'm not going to be the starter. I think, moving forward, we will name a starter. Fred is unique. We're playing him in a little bit of a different role. He's like a utility guy. He's by far. He's a freak athlete. So we're just trying to use his attributes as much as we can, maybe a little offensively and defensively. He might line up at quarterback. He might line up at safety. He could line up, as a wide receiver. We're just putting packages together for him. He's a dynamic player. Unfortunately, 2 years ago when he came back, we're against John Carroll, and he breaks his hand and couldn't play, and then just sat out all of last year. And he's decided, this is my last go-around. So I expect him to be our guy. He's been taking he's been the number 1 guy. Now we have a couple other guys that have been rotating with him, but Jordan is our starter. I'm looking for really big things now that he's had a year under his belt. He just showed up, and it took him a while to get going, and then later in the season you saw what he could do. He's stronger now. I think he looks better than he did last year just in practice. With what he can do and his speed, his agility, his cutting ability. Because last year, I think he was just relying on being an athlete. Now he sees things differently. You know, he can see the holes. He can see the cuts. We just don't have to run him outside. You know, last year we were like, hey, he's fast. Let's get him to the edge. Well, now he figured it out. He knows how to run between the tackles too. So, you know, we're expecting really big things from him. I think we've had a little bit more time to heal. You know, playing in the spring, you know, we got through that in the fall, obviously. That day was very tough on our program, our coaches. Even just this last fall when we weren't playing, that date and that, you know, that Friday before our first game was, you know, even though we weren't playing in the fall, you know, it was a little bit somber and with the team, even when we were practicing, the coaches, you know, because we're never going to get over it. I can be honestly say that ever. You know, we see him every day. That's you know. Our guy, we have his picture everywhere. You know, his locker's still in there. You walk into our offices, there's a picture of him in everybody's office. You know, so, you know, he's gone, but he'll never be forgotten. I see him every day when I unlock my door.